The Remington Report. Sponsored by Heritage Place, the place where champions are sold. Also sponsored by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association, promoting quarter horse, app, and paint racing in Oklahoma. And I'm your host, Greg Thompson of StallionEsearch.com.
You bet I'll be watching.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Greg Thompson of StallionEsearch.com, and welcome to the very last episode of the Remington Report for this 2012 Quarter Horse Racing Meet. Now, be sure to go on to StallionEsearch.com next Friday, as I'll be putting out the Remington Report Meet and Review, where I'll hit all the highlights and the big stories from this 2012 Quarter Horse Racing Meet at Remington Park. But let's get started with this episode on a look back at the race recap section from all the big stake races from last weekend.
The Race Recap, brought to you by StallionEsearch.com.
First highlighted stakes of this past weekend is the Grade 3 Juno's Request Stakes. It attracted the likes of Fredeville, who won the Remington Distaff Challenge last time out, as well as the Paul Jones Train. This feature is special. All eyes were on the two horses closest to the rail. That's Fredeville with G.R. Carter aboard, struggling to hold off the charge of This Feature is Special, who prevailed in the event to bring home the win for owner Eli Zabrowski. This Feature is Special is a Louisiana-bred daughter of feature Mr. Jess, and scores her first stakes victory in the Grade 3 event. Now on to the Heritage Place Juvenile Stakes that carried a purse of $75,000. It was EJ Partnerships Generating Cash that motored home for the win in the 350-yard dash, with jockey Stormy Smith aboard for trainer Ed Rossardi. Generating Cash is a wave carver gelding that was bred in Texas by Bob and Jerry Gaston. The paints and apps were next in the Grade 1 Speed Horse Graham Paint and App Futurity, the first leg of the Paint Triple Crown. The fastest qualifier, You Buy I'll Fly, with Jimmy Dean Brooks aboard, didn't disappoint his backers as he prevails under the tight finish at the wire to win the first leg for owner Mary Heinlein and trainer Eddie D. Willis. Now it's on to Fair Meadows in Tulsa for the second leg of the Triple Crown. The Grade 2 Heritage Place Derby was next on the card, and the Toby Keaton trained Texas Independence gal looking sharp headed to the post as we listen to the call of track announcer Dale Day.
All in. They're off in the Heritage Place Derby. Brilliant start outside for BP's jumping to Crisco, jumps right out to the front, down to the inside. It's Mamie Quick Kid battling there with Holland Candy Salt. Texas Independence Gal now coming on. BP's jumping Crisco on even terms with Texas Independence Gal. 100 yards to go in the Derby. It is Texas Independence Gal. An elite rally by Priceless Feature. Noses on the line. Texas Independence Gal and Priceless Feature in a photo for the win.
A tremendous showing of experience prevailing over youth, as the ageless wonder Roy Brooks defies all odds by coming home a winner in his second consecutive Heritage Place Derby for trainer Eddie D. Willis. Aboard Ed Melzer-owned Priceless Feature, who is by feature Mr. Jess, and is out of a Corona Cartel mare named Southern Price. Priceless Feature was bred in Oklahoma by Sam Green.
Hey, that was just part of the show. We'll be right back with the recap of the Grade 1 $1.1 million Heritage Place Futurity.
The Remington Report is sponsored by Heritage Place. Heritage Place in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Upcoming yearling sale in September 20th through the 23rd. Heritage Place, the place where champions are sold.
Okay, we're back, and right here on this race recap segment, we're looking at last weekend's $1.1 million Heritage Place Futurity.
In the field was the second fastest qualifier and Oklahoma Futurity winner, Dash for Coronas, out of the barn of Javier Contreras. Since the Heritage Place Futurity came to be in 1981, there has never been an Oklahoma Futurity winner come back and win the Heritage Place Futurity. The Dash for Corona camp was looking to buck history in this year's edition. Trey Wood-trained BP Cartel's Alibi was garnering attention due to his sharpness leading over from the paddock, as well as for the trouble he got into in his trial heat that he showed he was able to rally to qualify. Trainer Toby Keaton qualified 3 into the finals with jockey Frank Ramirez Jr., who ended up on The Queen Has Gone Nuts in the finals, while G.R. Carter got the assignment on the Grade 1 West Texas Futurity winner El Duero. The fastest qualifier, PYC Can't Catch Me, had everyone talking. He was one of 3 qualifiers for trainer Judd Curl. The PYC Paint Your Wagon colt dazzled his jockey Cody Jensen in his trial heat with the fastest qualifying time, and looked the part of the favorite as he stepped onto the racecourse into the post parade for the Grade 1 event. And then the drama begins in the gate, first with the Queen Has Gone Nuts, and then the favorite PYC Can't Catch Me flips in the gate and has to be scratched. And here's Dale Day with the call.
They're off in the Heritage Place Futurity. El Duero away sharply, grabs the early lead, some better stuff right there to the inside. Captain Straw Fly. Here comes the Oklahoma Futurity winner trying to make a bid now. Dash for Coronas. It is El Duero inside Captain Straw Fly. BP Cartel's Alibi coming up. BP Cartel's Alibi. El Duero outside. BP.
At the wire, it was jockey Ricky Ramirez aboard BP Cartel's Alibi, out battling the wire El Duero with GR Carter aboard for the win. A thrilling victory for the Raimundo Villarreal-owned Corona Cartel colt for trainer Trey Wood. BP Cartel's Alibi was bred in Oklahoma by Bill Price. The Remington Report was able to catch up with winning jockey Ricky Ramirez.
Well, the horse got away, decent. He didn't get the best trip away from there, but, he got away just bad enough to where they kind of almost shut me off, and I almost clipped that horse's heels. I'm not sure if it was a 5. I think it was a 5. And I almost got his heels, but I decided not to take a hold and just keep riding, and the horse went right through it, and he got to the finish line. Once he got through that hole, he just got confidence and just kept going. And I seen the 7 horse in front of me. I wasn't too sure I was going to catch him. But at the wire, I was pretty sure I had got him, and GR told me, he said, congratulations. So I knew I had one, I want to thank Trey for letting me ride this horse. We've been a team for the last four and a half years, and, the owner sent us these horses, and I just want to thank him for sending them to Trey Wood and letting me ride them.
Hey, there's still more to come on the show, including the race recap from the Grade 1 Remington Park Invitational Championship, as well as the Grade 3 Remington Park Distance Handicap. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
An official representative for horsemen in the state, the OQHRA administers race, benevolence, and scholarship programs, all to better the state of racing in the state of Oklahoma. Visit OQHRA.com.
Okay, we're back, and if you can recall earlier in this meet, when I was discussing the Leo Stakes as it being a heavyweight championship fight between Lano Teller and Cold Cash 123, well, the field here for the Remington Park Invitational Championship, you'd almost have to compare that to 10 heavyweight championship fights all rolled into one race, and we're going to cover it here right on the Remington Report.
The Remington Park Invitational Championship gave those in attendance their second opportunity to see the reigning world champion Cold Cash 123 this meet at Remington. He had a visit earlier in the meet where he knocked off Lano Teller in the Grade 1 Leo Stakes and looked as cool, calm, and collected as he always does in the paddock. Jockey Roy Valdez was in town to retain the hottest seat in quarter horse racing at the moment. Eddie Willis's 3-year-old Toss-Up was in the field to face his tallest task thrown at him yet. He'd already knocked off 2 full fields of older horses in 2 stakes events this meet and looked to cap the meet off against the best older horses in the world. Invading from Louisiana was JLS Mr. Big Time, who missed winning the All-American Futurity as a 2-year-old only by a nose to Mr. Piloto in 2010. He would make 3 starters for trainer Sleepy Gilbreth in the race, seen here saddling the gelding by Big Time favorite. The reigning champion of last year's race, Riley's Boy, made the trip from New Mexico to defend his title after a seemingly effortless win in the Bank of America Challenge at Sunland in his last out. And what seems to be a constant rivalry of Cold Cash 123 against Lano Teller has another chapter, as trainer Heath Reed cinched up the girth on his millionaire trainee and legged up jockey GR Carter for the dash.
They're off in the Remington Park Championship. Cold Cash 123 finds traffic. Candy Cartel away best. Lano Teller outside is right there. GLS Mr. Big Time chasing along. Now Cold Cash 123 is rolling from 4th, but with work to do. Halfway home, Cold Cash 123 now puts a nose up front. Outside Lano Teller, the rival's right there, second. But Cold Cash 123 pulling away. Cold Cash 123 in the championship.
The reigning world champion does not disappoint as he seizes a lead about half track and motors to a scintillating victory in the Grade 1 under jockey Roy Valdez. Settling for second was JLS Mr. Big Time with Roy's older brother Alex aboard. out-finishing Lano Teller, who finished third. Cold Cash 123 is by Oak Tree Special and was bred in Michigan by his owners T-Bill Stables Incorporated. The win pushes his career bankroll to over $1.19 million in earnings. Jockey Roy Baldiez was caught up with emotion when he stopped to talk to us about his mount after the win.
Well, he stood a little relaxed in the gates. I tried to keep him, cool. The way, he was kind of over anxious in the paddock, and I just tried to keep him, as calm as I could, without stirring him up. And he was a little slow leaving there, and then he got bumped around pretty good. But he's just a great animal.
Okay, the distance horses go at it one more time this meet in the Grade 3 Remington Park Distance Handicap, which was on closing day. Now, there have been two top 870 stakes so far this meet, the Paul's Valley as well as the Red Sail Distance Championship, and last year's AQHA Distance Horse of the Year, DePassamoke, has won them both. Let's see here if he can make it a three-peat as he tries to sweep all three of the big 870 stakes here at Remington Park this meet.
They're off. The Remington Park Distance Handicap, DePassamoke wasting no time, going for the front immediately, is there by a long neck, now challenging from the outside. DM Shaman sweeping up, so does Apollo Rocks, and Corona Princess is in the mix as well, as four battle into the turn. SCJ Arabelle Maria is fifth, 2 lengths back at the rail. Street meter very wide. Snow Can the trailer with a quarter mile left to run. Leaving the turn very wide, but with a full head of steam, Apollo Rocks ready to challenge. DePassamoke has the lead by a head. DM Shaman in between. SCJ Arabelle Maria is at the rail. A furlong to go. DePassamoke challenged by Apollo Rocks to the outside. DePassamoke asks for more. SCJ Arabelle Maria coming up the rail. DePassamoke is all out. SCJ Arabelle Maria to the line. DePassamoke gets it by a thin nose over SCJ Arabelle Maria in a battle.
Probably one of the more gutsy performances I have seen this meet, bar none, as Rodney Reed trained DePassamoke seemingly refuses to allow another horse to get by him to hold on to victory in the Grade 3 870-yard event. He sweeps all three of the top 870-yard stakes events at Remington this meet for owner Steve Holt and jockey G.R. Carter. The 2012 Remington Report Quarter Horse Meet Review, highlighting the top events and news stories of the 2012 Quarter Horse Meet at Remington Park. Find it next Friday on StallionEsearch.com.
The Breeding Shed Moment, brought to you by StallionEsearch.com.
Well, the legend continues to grow. Corona Cartel is the Breeding Shed Moment spotlighted stallion for this final week, as he is the sire of the Grade 1 $1.1 million Heritage Place Futurity winner, BP Cartel's Alibi, who is out of the Chicks Beduino mare, My Lady's Alibi. As a runner, Corona Cartel earned over $557,000 on the track, with wins in both the Grade 1 Los Al Million Futurity and the Grade 2 Kindergarten Futurity. He has sired Blues Girl 2, earner of over $2 million, and multiple AQHA racing champion, millionaire and All-American Futurity winner, and outstanding sire himself, Teller Cartel, millionaire and Golden State Million Futurity winner, I for Corona, Grade 1 Los Al 2 Million winner, I Like the Odds, and Grade 1 winner and leading sire, PYC Paint Your Wagon, just to name a few. From 13 crops to race, his offspring have won over $38 million. You can view the member stallion page of Corona Cartel at StallionEsearch.com.
Well, this is Greg Thompson of the Remington Report, and I'd like to thank our sponsors for a great season on the Remington Report. First off, the OQHRA, all the board members there, as well as Debbie Schaff. I'd also like to thank the Heritage Place, especially Jeff Tebow, and also like to thank all the staff here at Remington Park who have accommodated us on all our requests to produce for you the Remington Report. We'll see you next season here. I'm Greg Thompson, Stallion Research, signing off.